Peace and blessings. And namaste to all light warriors, workers, and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, today, and Rudro. Okay? Yeah, I'm coming to you very plain because this is an emergency transmission. All right? And I don't think I'm going to do two more of these type of transmissions on the YouTube because I think I've gotten attention. All right? And I'm being visited. Okay? I had some visitations. So these things I will share in a lot more detail as they come along in my Patreon account. And I'm also going to try to find maybe another video hosting outside of YouTube to actually post these transmissions because they're very, very heavy. Okay, let's get this out. For 2 nights in a row, I have been visited by a white male, older, with glasses. And when I mean older, he's probably in his 60s or his 70s, you know, something like that. And I can tell that this man is of wealth. Okay, he's of wealth and he is of knowledge. So the first time I ran into this male, he had the power to infiltrate my dream. And either he pulled me into a realm or I pulled him into a realm. I'm not sure how this worked. But I remember being in like this nice hotel room. And there was a lot of women in there. And this man, this older gentleman, looked like he was interviewing them. Okay? Or they were applying for some type of position. I don't know. Okay? But he was very business minded. Okay? And when I was there, I had access to everything that was in his home and this hotel at this time. I had access to everything. Like he saw that I was there and he didn't say too much to me except for this one thing, okay? And this is the first dream about this one male. He said to me, he looked at me and he said, one of your suitors thinks that you are either with the cabal or getting too close to the cabal. And that's all he said. And I was thinking to myself, cabal, like, you know, I'm independent. I'm sovereign. You know, I don't belong to any type of organizations or anything like this. I just am here to do my job, you know. And after he said what he said about one of my suitors thinks that I'm in a cabal or getting too close to the cabal, he went back to start to entertain these women, okay? And there was a lot of women. It was a lot of women there, okay? Some of them was confrontational. Some of them was competitive. Some of them, you know, was just sat around and was talking to me. But I can tell that whatever energy this was behind this white male was very neutral. Like he sat in the know of something and he had to have more authority than what was being led on. This is why I came to this conclusion. Last night, this male came and visited me again. Okay, and this time it was more in the astral realms. And I don't know, once again, if he pulled me into his dimension or if I pulled him into my dimension. I'm more gravitating to him having the ability to pull me into this astral realm where he is because I do not know this man. I can tell you that this man is not human though. He looks human. He is not. Okay? Now, so last night, older white male, maybe blue eyes, you know, it's hard to see behind the glasses. If I had to guess, maybe of English descent. I don't know. But I was being pulled into his house. And the reason why I think that he has wealth is because while I was there, like he's very diplomatic, okay? Eloquent in speech. I guess of a certain class or a certain type of bloodline, you know, is what I can think of. But he had a bar in his house and he was pouring me a drink, okay? And he was basically inquiring why I took the stance that I took, why I took the position that I took, the middle path, in other words, and how did I know that what I was teaching was correct or not? Okay, how do I know that? I guess whatever it is that I am being commissioned to teach right now might be in opposition to what this gentleman is teaching. I guess. I don't know. But he was asking me, how did I know that I was correct? And he pours me a drink, and I'm starting to explain this to him. Like, I'm taking him and I'm walking, and it's like a hall of records. And I'm going into great detail about the free will and the free will conundrum, and how it becomes contradictory, and how we have done certain things in the past. Like, I'm explaining this to him, and he's acknowledging this, but it's as if he knows this already, but he's trying to see what I know. Like, it was really interesting. It was really interesting. And then at some point, as I'm explaining this to him, and he's being very studious, he's just listening, he's nodding his head, and he's like, okay. We shift into another dimension, okay? We're somewhere else, and I'm around what looks like velociraptors. Bear with me. This is what I'm seeing. It's probably very symbolic, but I was in this realm, and they look like velociraptors, like in the face, but not in the body. Okay, so I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm in a reptilian realm right now. I'm in a reptilian realm. And so when I saw what looked like these velociraptors, when I came there, they started hissing, like they were hissing at me. They were surrounding, like I was in unfamiliar territory maybe, and they were hissing and looking aggressive, but they wouldn't come out and attack. I know this sounds crazy, guys, but I'm telling you, I've tapped into some serious mess. I don't know who this man is and how he found me, but he found me. And whoever this is very prestigious, but he's not human. And I'm going to keep going, okay? So they're hissing around me. And when they were hissing around me, I looked and I said, okay, I don't have time for this, okay? So I know that I can manipulate water. I brought in a flood, a deluge, okay? And some of them had like their heads, the water was up to their head, and I went to elevate, and I was going to bring lightning. I was going to bring lightning and just electrocute this whole thing, but then it switched. And I got back, like, it's like time kept going backwards. I was able, in this realm, to keep starting over when it got uncomfortable for me. I don't know. That's why I'm hoping that there's some very high-level psychics that want to help me on my Patreon, that wants to join this, join my Patreons, and help me decode some of these things. Because I'm not going to talk about them on YouTube, okay? I'm really not, because it's getting heavier and heavier and heavier now. So I rewinded time, and I'm back again, okay? And here go these velociraptor things hissing. This time, that gentleman was there, and he made the floor sink underneath me, okay? So as if I was falling down, like into a void. And when I started falling, I said, we're not going to do this again. So I stopped, and I raised myself back up, and I met with this gentleman again, and I was like, are you done playing? And then I rewinded it. Now, it's important to know that while I was going through this, I did not really feel in danger, okay? I don't know if it was some type of psychological simulation to figure out what my strengths and weaknesses was, but I know that I'm being tested right now. I do. So I rewound time again, and now I'm back at the same point, and they're hissing. This time, I said, okay, maybe they don't know. Okay, and I transformed into a huge white dragon. And when I transformed into this huge white dragon, they started backing up. And like crawling, like reverencing, because I'm like, I'm a dragon here. I mean, y'all are reptilians, but I'm a full dragon. go in this realm. Like, what do you think you can do to me, type of thing, you know? And so they started backing up and backing up, okay? And then, like, some of them bowed and lowered their heads and whatnot. And I don't even know what this group of beings is. But I know that they look like velociraptors. They look like dinosaurs in the face. Okay, so after that, me and this white male, he starts, and there's another one, there's a guy that's with us too, but he's kind of more playing the background role right now, as if this is some type of apprentice to this this white male with the glasses. Okay, he's playing a background role, but me and him and the white male, the older male, the wealthy male, we're going up some type of a mountain. And he looks to say something to me, and he starts to shapeshift. Now, at first, when I saw him start to shapeshift, it looked like his face got really, really dark, and then started getting dragon-like, but not full-fledged, not like the ones that I saw before, not like the full type of reptilian type look. It looked more like a hybrid, like it was a hybrid of like a reptilian and a gray or something. It was really interesting to watch, guys. It was really interesting, and it startled me. Okay, so when I saw this happen, I actually jumped, and when I jumped, he took off. Okay, and he took off, and I can't figure out why he took off like that. Okay, so a part of me was thinking, okay, was this a test to see if I could handle whoever this man is true form or his true identity? Or was it that his cloaking device shorted it and I was able to see him for what it was, and it freaked him out? In any event, he took off, and I took off after him. You know, I'm literally chasing after this being now. And I'm chasing after him not because I felt endangered, not because I wanted to harm him, but it made me very curious. I wanted to know exactly who he was now. Okay, so I kept saying, come back, come back, come back, come back. Where are you? Come back, you know. Now, meanwhile, the other ones, like the little velociraptor face looking beings, they got really small now, you know. Or either I got large, I can't tell, but there was like a big size difference between me and them. And I'm in pursuit of this man that's not human. He's not. And I'm saying, come back, I want to talk to you. And he's going through the void, like we're like this. I'm on his tail. And I want to talk now. And I want to talk because I want to know who you are, you know, how'd you find me? And what was with all of these questions? I end up trapping him in what I call my spheres of truth. I create these spheres in the ether realms. And when I'm trying to get the truth out of a being that I feel may be lying or deceitful or even probably a trickster, I'll trap them in there. And I had this being in there with me. And I put seals all around it so he and I can only talk. The problem is, I don't remember what we discussed. I do remember talking about I ended up getting a channeled message from Sophia that I already posted on the Patreon account, right? Either before or after I had this experience, okay? A message came through and dealing with unity consciousness versus the Matrix version, okay? And I remember it being in this bubble with this man, and I was really discussing with him something that has to do with that. Like with the Matrix programming, how original thoughts get recycled, you know, over and over again. So they're not really original anymore. And only original thought that hits this Matrix realm are coming from consciousness that exists outside of it. Okay. And I remember explaining this to him in very, very detail. I don't remember what his reaction was, though. I don't know, guys. So I ended up getting a message from Sophia after that, just a voice message, and that was really explaining the difference between these two unity consciousness, the one that's being pushed to the masses versus the original design. Some kind of way I know this. Wow. So for some reason, I'm getting the feeling that I am being visited or meeting with some high level beings. Some beings that are in control, so to speak, of things. And, but like I said, he did not feel like an enemy to me, but he didn't feel like a friend either. He just felt like somebody that was neutral, that was trying to pick my brain, trying to see what I know, and trying to test my abilities. But whoever this man is, there's a lot of, I guess, reptilian type of star seeds that answer to him. And he is the chief of them. And he's very, very smart, very calculated. I can tell that. He's very calculated. And I can only tell this because of the questions that he was asking me and the exchange. It was like exchange between two intellectuals. I am so much smarter up there than I am down here. I have no idea, what is going on. But that's the message that I wanted to give to you guys. It's picking up a little bit heavy, all right? And there's some things I'm promising you I just cannot share on this platform. And if you are interested in that channeled message, if you are interested in some of the experiences that I've never shared on this platform before, and it's not that I'm fearful. I already showed whoever this being is my strength already and my intellect. So it's not a fearful thing. I just feel like I wasn't meant to teach the world, so to speak. You know what I mean? I wasn't really meant to be like a viral person. I'm only meant to help with the strategy. So YouTube is not the platform that will allow me to do this. It will hinder me. It will hinder me, and it will bring unnecessary targeting. I'm not concerned about the targeting for my sake. No, not at all. I am concerned about the targeting for those who are targeting sake, though. I want peace. I'm just expressing my sovereign right to exist and teach and fulfill my contractual obligations. And apparently, some kind of way, this gentleman, this older male, he's tied into it. I don't know. I really don't know, guys, but there seemed to be 3 different tests that I had to take before his face shifted. And I was able to really see him for what he is. And he's definitely not human, but he looks like it. And he's a master strategist. And that's all that I can share with you right now. So I'll get back to some more videos. And if you are curious about this journey on a deeper level and the beings that I have met and spoke with, and even I'll be sharing some of my experiences on the ship as well. Some high-level beings. Somebody found me. and I don't know how. But I think I'm going to be forceful tonight. I think I'm going to go after him and see if I can extract more information, figure out who this guy is, okay? Who this being is. He's got my attention now. I am Sophie. I love you all. Oh, by the way, once again, I tried to stay away from doing weekend readings, but or sessions. If you are interested in booking a session with me, email me at dragonlotusms@yahoo.com. Okay, and it is donation based, and that's what your heart can afford, or whatever you feel is worth. And so far, I want to thank a lot of you for your generous donations, and for those new patrons who did subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your support, and go listen to that message. Go listen to that message last night. It's going to help you cut through the red tape. And for others who are possibly interested in it, the link is in the description box. Wow, guys. This new earth, this new reality, or I don't even know if everybody is experiencing it. Maybe it's just me. But if you are having experiences like this too, where you're being visited, you know, by beings, cloaked beings, high-level beings, low-level beings, beings of control, you know, if you are finding yourself having these type of experiences, I do want to hear from you. You know, we want to build that community, because it'd be nice to know that there's somebody else out there like me. It really would be. So I am Sophie, and I love you all. Bye.